So Trebbiano di Soave was a very used variety, especially at the beginning of the last century. And then after the end of the Second World War, with the bad economic situation in Europe and in Italy, people needed to produce more to retain economy, and so they wanted to produce more. They didn't care about quality or everything else, and they wanted quantity. And Garganega is a very productive and a very easy to grow variety, while Trebbiano is not very easy to grow and not very generous. So they decided just to displant Trebbiano and replant Garganega. And so the real Trebbiano di Soave, the ancient one, almost disappeared from the area. And when people rethink about restart planting Trebbiano di Soave in the 70s or the 80s, they started to ask to the baby wine growers where to find the ancient Trebbiano di Soave, but they didn't know because it was almost disappeared, and so they started to sell other kinds of Trebbiano instead of Trebbiano di Soave. So on the flats you can find here in Soave a lot of vineyards with Trebbiano Toscano or Trebbiano d'Abruzzo, other kinds of Trebbiano, but not the original Trebbiano di Soave. And so my sister, which is the winemaker, with her professor at the University of Milan, which is an historical of the genetics of different varieties of vines, started this project to recuperate the original DNA of the ancient Trebbiano. And this ancient Trebbiano was only possible to find here in this Soave Classico area, because here is where the oldest vineyards of the old Soave Classico area are. And so we started to go in the vineyards and ask old people where they remind the old Trebbiano di Soave vines were, and we selected some vines, some very old vines, 65 years old, and we took the DNA from these vines, and with clonation,
Yes.
we recuperate this DNA and we produce all the vines.
Wow.
In 2004, and in 2006 we planted this first vineyard, and so now it's 8 years old, and we are producing our the third vintage of our wine, which is Massifitti, and you will taste it later. And it's this Trebbiano di Soave 100%, which is the first example in the old Soave Classico area of a pure Trebbiano di Soave. And so we are very proud about it, and also because many wineries now, more and more, they are starting to study about Trebbiano, to plant Trebbiano, and to try to make his own wine from Trebbiano. And so they are following this project and this study, and we are very happy about it.